We are going to read Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. This is Pete the Cat. And today Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with his big, colorful 4 round groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he decided to sing a song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pete sat down in his chair and pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons does Pete have now? 3. 3 buttons are left. But did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pete was outside skateboarding on the sidewalk. And pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons does Pete have now? 2. 2 buttons left. But did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pete went outside to get some ice cream from the ice cream truck. And pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons does Pete have now? 1. 1 button left. But did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pete went outside to skate on the car. But the last button popped off. Oh no! How many buttons does Pete have now? 0. But did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt. And what do you think he saw? His belly button. And Pete kept singing his song. My button, I still have my belly button. My button, I still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show you that buttons come and buttons go. But do we cry? No. The